Thank you very much.
Niamh Smyth,
Thank you. Minister, I'd like to leave a minute of my time at the end, perhaps for you to respond to the comments that I want to make. Can I first begin by congratulating you becoming Minister for Housing? It's a big portfolio, but I know you put in huge energy and enthusiasm as opposition spokesperson, and I'd like to agree with my colleague that you have hit the ground running, and I have no doubt taken the bull by the horns in terms of the department and in terms of delivery. Also, congratulations to Minister Noonan on your appointment to the department as well. I know your name is held in very high regard in Kilkenny County Council. Gentlemen, I suppose we are talking about what I would think one of the most basic human rights of all, and that is to have a roof over your head and a house to call home. And it was one of the biggest issues, if not the biggest issue, of the last Dáil term. And I have no doubt that you will bring a new vision, a new energy and a new enthusiasm to it. But it is a massive ship to turn around. And it really doesn't matter what constituency you're in, whether you're in a very urban area like Dublin or County Dublin here, or in a very rural constituency like my own in Cavan, Monaghan and North Meath. The issue is the same. People are on housing lists waiting years and years and years for that all-important roof over their head, a place to call home. And it really is unacceptable in this day and age that people would have to wait years for a home. As my colleague has alluded to here today, the idea that people can be 20 years over the threshold, or that the threshold can put some very, very genuine cases out of kilter in terms of their entitlement or their ability to be able to go for a council home, is something that I really think will need to be addressed and looked at in your time in the department. It is very welcome. It is a very ambitious plan to deliver 50,000 social houses or homes over the lifetime of this government. And it's one thing I've noted. I'm a public representative for 10 years now, and before my time as a public representative, I always had to look around the county, and you could see where there were schemes popping up all over the place constantly. I would have said it was one of the most active parts of our local authority in Cavan County Council. But over the period of the 10 years that I've been a public representative, I would have to say that those schemes seemed to slow down somewhat. And there was I suppose, a reluctance perhaps in terms of the local authority be the driving force in terms of building housing schemes. And we know that a lot of housing authorities came on board to take over that mantle. But I would actually really believe that it is the responsibility ultimately of our local authorities, and I would love to see our housing sections within our local authorities going back to that all-important job of the delivery of homes. And I know they're making every effort with the resources that are available to them to go out and to find empty homes and to provide renting schemes such as HAP and all of that to get people out of their homeless or almost homeless situation as a short-term measure. But we really need to show vision, and I suppose what we've always said is this government will be judged on its delivery, and I most certainly hope that we will not be found wanting when it comes to the delivery of the 50,000 social homes. Can I just say, gentlemen, the July stimulus packet obviously had part of that as their town and village renewal scheme, and I really welcome that, particularly as a rural constituency like Cavan, Monaghan, Meath. We have loads of rural towns and villages right across the county and the constituency dying on their feet, and the main problem, one of the biggest problems that businesses will say is there's nobody living in our towns and villages anymore. And I know there was an effort for the last government to actually address this issue, but I think it's something as part of the town and village renewal schemes we really need to look at. There are a lot of empty homes over empty shop units. There's a lot of empty shop units. What can we actually do to incentivise people to bring footfall and people and capacity back into our main streets? Because I think that obviously has a knock-on effect in revitalising our towns and villages. So I'd like to leave my last 30 minutes to ask the Minister to respond.